What is up everyone? The weather is terrible today, so that means I'm going to be able to have the chance to do lots of writing this coming weekend and today because I'm not going to be struggling with the heat. It's a strange thing. Bad weather means I do better with productivity. Good weather means I don't. And it's not even that I'm going out to enjoy the good weather, it's that I can't go out and then I'm unfunctional. But yeah, I'm ready to dive into finishing Act 1's revisions for Home to the Wild. Even better, I've just received the initial colour sketches for the Home to the Wild cover. Oh my god, they're so pretty. I'm not going to share them because, you know, I'm going to do a cover reveal when it comes closer to that point. But let's just say it's fucking amazing. Oh god. I don't know where this energy has come from. It's a Friday, so that may be it. But yes, so revising for Act 1 of Home to the Wild is nearly finished. I'm going through Sequence 2 as we speak. It's, like I said in the last vlog, it's a lot more difficult than what had been for revising Sequence 1, just because there was a lot more commentary from betas in Sequence 2. Because honestly, Sequence 2 I think is one of my weakest sections. Well, there are two specific ones that I know were my weakest sections, and it's because there were some changes narratively. And because this is a multi-POV book, there is in Sequence 2 a specific character that I start the POV with then, and it was a little bit difficult because they're a very young character, so it's trying to characterize them in the correct way when I've been previously used to a more mature character with their POV, so it's a little bit of a difference. But I think I've got an idea as to how I'm going to do it, so I'm just ploughing through it as best that I can. I'm getting comments from some of my betas being like, oh, I see you're working very hard, because I'm getting a lot of notifications in my email saying you've resolved comments, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But I'm raring to dive in, obviously on my lunch break at the moment, so it won't be till this evening after I've finished at the gym. But yeah, this whole weekend I've got other things that are going on, including podcast recording, but most of my time is going to be dedicated to revising Sequence 2, and then a little bit of setting up the step-by-step narrative for that YA fantasy, because I mentioned to the people that I'm working with that I was going to do that by this weekend, so I'm going to start working on that this weekend as well. But my main priority, finishing Act 1 of Home to the Wild. So let's see how I do. So it's 11:15 now, and I've just finished chapter 2 of Sequence 2 out of 5 chapters in this sequence, and I'm feeling pretty good with my progress. I've got about 20-30 pages left in total for the sequence. I still know that I've got a lot of work that I'm going to need to do for this, because this sequence has had the most amount of editing so far. I know I'm only 2 sequences out of 6 in, but Basically this whole chapter, this whole sequence is going to be completely different to what it was previously, because I've done a huge upheaval in a sense of the main character in this, because the way in which I characterised her previously really did not work for the story I wanted to tell, and I was kind of disappointed with what I'd done, as well as some of my beta readers as well. The initial round, they weren't a fan of how she was characterised, so I've made her more curious, I've made her more assertive. I want to focus on more the positive aspects of her character, with some hints of sort of like questioning her place in this family. And I think I'm kind of getting the right hint for that. Just going to build it up in the next couple of bits, but I'm feeling pretty positive of it so far. It's just a lot of rewriting. Like, there's an entire chapter that's basically completely rewritten. It's the one thing, I enjoy revising to an extent. I hate it, but I enjoy it at the same time because I can improve. The only thing that I really don't like about revising is I have such a like inferiority complex about my writing, that when I see something that I know is really bad and I really need to work on it because it's not great, I start to think like I'm a mediocre writer, and I get really negative about my writing. But I'm kind of getting that less now. Like, I'm feeling pretty happy with what I've adapted, and yeah, I'm excited to see where I go with the rest of this. I'm actually hoping that maybe I'll be able to finish this whole sequence maybe by Sunday, if I'm able to, and probably Monday at the latest at least. But yeah, I'm feeling good about it. So for now though, I'm gonna head to bed, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. It is Saturday and it's a day for another lot of writing. Please ignore the mess that is my bed. So it's nearing 3 o'clock now. I've not done any revising today. I've mainly been working on my podcast. I have a podcast recording with someone tomorrow, so I need to read the 2 segments of about 100 and something words before, well, actually no, nearly 100 something words by tomorrow, to catch up and add all my notes to the document that we're going to be working from. I've recorded one of them, I've got to record one more, and then I've got to read the bit from that specific section for tomorrow. But I'm going to take a break for now from podcasting, and I'm going to dive into some revisions. Like I said yesterday, 3 chapters left, ready to go. It's one of the most heartbreaking, I've got lots of heartbreaking moments in Home to the Wild, but it's one of the first ones. I'm very, very excited. It's really nice to revisit it. I've sort of worked over my inferiority complex that I was feeling yesterday after rewriting a lot. So I'm ready to dive in, so let's get to it. So it's 9:30 now, and I'm finishing for today. I've only got 1 chapter left now. Oh my gosh, so it's 1 chapter left and 10-12 pages. So feeling pretty good about that. Managed to get quite a bit done. I've made some more notes for myself as to what needs to be adapted for this sequence, which I'll either go back and do when I finish the whole sequence, and probably tomorrow, or just leave it for later to see if there's any further commentary that comes from the new betas that'll be coming in September, October time. But until then, I'm going to do some more podcast reading and prepping, and then I'm going to go to bed. So we'll see, because hopefully I'll be finishing sequence 2 and act 1 of the whole tomorrow. Happy Sunday, everyone. So I am on the last chapter now for Home to the Wild, or well, sequence, wow, the way I worded that, I'm on the last chapter for sequence 2 of Home to the Wild, and that's not turned on. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to finish this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to finish this today. I'm starting later. It's about like 3:30 at the moment. Mainly because I had a podcast recording this morning, had to do another podcast because I hadn't recorded the episode that was meant for the one before I recorded, with so that was a collab that I did with someone. So I needed to do that. I also needed to film a video, which is currently uploading to YouTube at the moment, for the Saturday that, or after this comes out. So I've had a lot to do, but I'm now back to writing, well, revising, and I think I've got 10 more pages left, and then I'll be finished with the whole of Act 1 and Sequence 2. And then I can do my narrative breakdown for this YA fantasy, either today or tomorrow. We'll see how this vlog turns out, but I'm ready to dive in. I realise I say dive in a lot before I actually go into that bit, so let me come up with something else. I'm ready to jump on in. I'm just going to stop and just get into it. So it's 7:30 now, and I'm about halfway through the final chapter. It's taken me a lot longer than I thought it was going to finish this one, mainly because I've realised that there's so much exposition dumping in this section. There's like hardly any description, like nothing. I'm basically telling a lot, so there's a lot of rewriting, not rewriting. Good Jesus Christ, rewriting for this section. So I've got about 5 pages left, and look, is it 5? Yeah, 5, 6-ish pages left, and then hopefully I'll be finished, and then I can do a bit more of, well, I can do some of the narrative breakdown for the YA fantasy before I go to bed. But fingers crossed, that's basically what I'm saying. It is 9:30. I am tired, but I have just finished sequence 2 of Home to the Wild, which means I have just completed Act 1 of Home to the Wild in terms of revisions. Act 1 is revised, Act 1 is raring to go. I kind of can't believe it. I've completed all of the commentary given by betas. I've introduced new things. There was a lot of rewriting for sequence 2, like, honestly, and it's not going to be the main one. It's not even the biggest one that's going to have the biggest amount of rewriting. I'm exhausted, but it's gone a lot quicker this time around in comparison to sequence 1, which is always good. So yeah, I'm going to take a little break, and by a break I mean just like a week of working on a different project. I think that's what I'm going to do with these different sequences and the different acts, is kind of take a break between each one, so I just don't get too much burnout of working on that particular project. So in the next writing vlog, you're going to see me working on the narrative breakdown for my YA fantasy, and maybe also a narrative breakdown for a standalone romantic drama that I am currently working on. But thank you all for tuning in for this writing vlog of mine. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm very happy with the progress that I have made. As always, check out the links in the description box for my social media, where you can get more updates on what's going on in my writing, where you can also, in the description box, sign up to my newsletter, all that good stuff. Become a patron if you want to support me financially. Can't support me financially, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, drop a thumbs up, a comment, let me know what you're working on and how your progress is going. And yeah, again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next vlog.